social media has also been a big part of your newsletter distribution strategy, and also just your own, like, you have all of these things that you want to talk about, and the newsletter is a great avenue for them, but you decided pretty quickly that Twitter was also a really good place to be posting about the things that you were interested in and getting involved in conversations about education. Can we talk a little bit about teenagers and social media? Because this is such a controversial topic, even for kids who want to use social media just as like a platform to talk to their friends, let alone using it to build a brand and expose them to people in public. Like, anybody can see your stuff and comment on it. How do you feel about social media and kids? Like, how old were you when you started engaging with it at all? Like, not just as a, more official content creator, but just like starting to get exposed to it. And what's your experience been like?
So, the first social media I think I had was Musical.ly, and I don't think I ever scrolled on Musical.ly. I just made a bunch of Musical.lys because it was fun and I did them with my sister.
I don't think I even know what that is.
It was TikTok bought it. It's like a dancing app basically. And so my sister and I would spend our afternoon like doing dances together. We would do it with our friends. So I'm not sure. And we would I would never actually post any of them. It was all drafts, because I was really nervous because I was like, I'm going to be embarrassed by this later on in life. I know it. I'm not going to post a single thing. I'm just going to have fun with my sister right now. And so I think I'm not totally sure I can count that as like my first social media experience. But I got Instagram a little later than my friends. It was later in middle school. And I am lucky in that I haven't experienced anything bad on Instagram. Really, all I use it for is to, track milestones for myself. And, just see. I love checking all of my friends who they went to traditional schools. They continued on that path when I left at Alpha. I love checking and seeing where they're all going to college and keeping up with them, seeing if anyone's going to be in the same area as I am. And so, that's the only way that I use Instagram. I know other teenagers have definitely had a more negative experience with like the self-image and everything. But honestly, that really hasn't been mine. And so I get a lot of requests from parents to talk about like self-image and, Instagram. And that genuinely just has not been my experience with it. But I do, of course, still recognize that it's, it can hurt people. On Twitter, I have gotten a multitude of hate comments. However, the very, very first hate comment I ever received, it was basically just saying like, oh, you're terrible. Like I hate you. Like you suck. Your ideas are stupid. But it was from a porn bot, and I just read it and I was just like, who is saying this? And it just made me laugh. And kind of from that, I don't know what it is, but that kind of made me just laugh at hate comments. I kind of just don't really take them to heart, because my first one was a porn bot saying that my ideas were stupid. So, I don't know. I do feel like I'm lucky in a lot of ways just with my experience with social media. However, I definitely see how it can, hurt teenagers, but I also feel like it's such a powerful tool for networking and really helping teenagers do cool things. Plug for my best friend, Grace, so by the time you're seeing this, she will have released her cancer or foodborne illness documentary. And she
also a senior
in high school, and she learned all about she's like an expert in epigenetics. Like she is so knowledgeable, and she grew an audience posting about epigenetics, cancer, food, and what we're eating, diets, exposing large corporations for bribing the food industry to say certain things that are causing cancer when it's really something else. It's incredible what she posts about and how she's grown her audience like that. And because of the audience that she's grown on Twitter, because of how supported and inspired she was doing that, she was able to make this documentary that is incredible and could change lives, based on what she knows and what she's learned. And so, go watch it if you haven't. But anyways, so she's another example of someone who has, really used social media to her advantage. And it's not just Twitter. On TikTok, my sister actually posts dating advice, teen dating advice. And she has grown her TikTok account to 200,000 followers. And because she has those followers, she created an AI date bot where it has all of her information from her second brain and gives kids dating advice. And it has, I think the last time I heard it was like 10,000 users on her date bot. And she's also releasing an app, that has like an AI version of herself. And it's just, it's really, really cool what kids can accomplish through the power of social media. And it's sad that a lot of kids have negative, experiences with like comparing themselves or cyberbullying, and all. Like, that's really sad because the tools are so powerful when they're used in the right way. And so my overall thoughts on social media are more teaching kids how to use it instead of completely limiting it, because I think they are so powerful and can absolutely be used to help your kid and move them forward and, help them do really cool things. They're just not being used effectively for the majority of students. And so, I completely recognize that. And I think that, if they're used in the right way, they can be incredibly helpful.